Master, what are you doing up so late? Yes, I am aware this is your private study, Master. That doesn't change the fact that it's far too late in the night for you to be working. It's not too late. Master, when's the last time you looked up from that desk? It matters because if you looked up any time in the last hour, you know the sun's been down for 4. Everyone else in the castle is already headed off to bed. I am very serious, Master. When you had finished up your other duties and then came in here, like you'd been doing every day for the last 2 weeks, I assumed that maybe you had got absorbed in a good book, or if you were working, it was something manageable, not this travesty we see before us. It's not that bad. Highness, I've never seen your desk in such a state of disarray. I can't tell where one stack of paper ends and the others begin. I mean, what is all of it? Maps for trade routes, a proposal for a treaty with the human kingdom to the north, updated taxes for the farmers in the nearby village. Highness, this is work that you definitely shouldn't be doing with as little rest as you've gotten recently. Oh, you have been resting. Highness, maybe you can help my lowly human brain comprehend the elven concept of resting, because laying your head on your desk so that the ink smears on your face, or having the maids prepare you coffee and then taking 5 minutes to drink it just so you can stay up a bit longer doesn't really fit my definition of resting. Look at you. You're about ready to crash. You know what? You're coming with me. Yes, you're coming with me. We are going to your room to get you away from all of this, and then I'm going to prepare you some tea, and you are going to get some proper rest. At least a day. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, and I won't hear another word about it. Master, don't try to pull the whole elven nobility, ruler of the strongest kingdom in all the lands, act on me. When we met, you were a lowly adventurer, scrounging around in mud and crap. Granted, I was not much better off, but all the same. That day you found me and you brought me here, I swore that I would look after your health, comfort, and safety for as long as I live. And I fully intend to keep that promise, even if the obstacle in my way is you. So I'll give you a choice. Either you close the books, blow out the candles, and come with me, or I drag you back to your room myself. Master, as your ever loyal servant, I would never lie or jest with you on a matter I deem this serious. The real question here is, are you really going to test me? Thank you. Then let's go. Highness, you really must take better care of yourself. You can't rule a kingdom from a sick bed. And you know if the council detects weakness, it won't take much for them to try to exploit it. Your people are a very proud race. They won't follow someone they deem unworthy. Here we are. I'll give you a moment to change into your sleepwear while I go make some tea. Here's your tea. Now, forgive me if I'm overstepping my boundaries in any way, but what's gotten you so concerned recently that you've locked your way in your study for the last week, working so hard? Don't get me wrong, you taking an interest in running your kingdom as well as possible is perfectly fine, but running yourself into the ground isn't going to help anyone. You're right. Maybe I wouldn't understand. You remember the state you found me in, bound to servitude to a master that I would sooner kill again than go back to. But despite me not being of noble birth or being like your advisors and having centuries of wisdom to impart, I am far from a naive child, no matter how much they might think that. You're concerned that you aren't worthy to rule. Well, I've never really been a fan of your birth being the decider of your place in life. But I can say, in the time I've known you, in the time I've spent in and around your kingdom, you are worthy to rule. You are kind, but not soft. You are caring, but you don't let people exploit that. You keep a firm grasp on your control, and yet you allow your people to breathe and be free. And you have a very calming aura about you. And even though your rule has just begun, I can already see the makings of a very prosperous future for your kingdom. Granted, I don't really know what makes a good ruler of men, let alone elves, but you seem to be doing rather well. What if you don't live up to your father's expectations? Well, I wasn't around your father very long before his passing and your ascension, but from what I know of him, he was a strong man in mind and will. And from what you've told me about your mother, she had a large heart but wasn't afraid to get her hands dirty. Those are both excellent factors, at least in my mind. And they're both wrapped up into you in one package, shaped by your own experiences and your own views of the world. Your wish to be an excellent ruler and do what's best for your people is all anyone could ever ask of you. Your kingdom, your people, the land itself will support you. As long as you keep from burning yourself out and making ridiculous decisions because you're too tired to think straight. Yes, I do truly believe that. When you and your friends found me that day, the reason I gravitated towards you, the qualities that drew me into your life are the same qualities that will push your kingdom ever further. Now, before I continue on my rounds around the castle to make sure everything has been cleaned properly, is there anything else you need of me? No? Very well then. Then, in the morning, I'll have the chefs prepare you a proper meal. I'll ensure you are not disturbed, barring an extreme emergency, and you are to rest. I'll also straighten up your study for you. Someone has to. Get some rest, Highness.